Hi there, welcome back to the channel. My name is Fred Macedo, and I'm here with my brother Emerson and my friends Ruben, Rosangela, and Rosalie. We are here for another episode of Gospel at Home. And please, Rosangela, make the initial prayer, please.
Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done on earth as it is heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us, and lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen.
Thank you. Now we're going to pick a random theme of the Gospel according to the Spiritism. Page 376. Do not hide your lamp under a bushel. Why? Jesus speaks in parables. No one lights a lamp to put it under a bushel. Rather, he put it on a lampstand so that it can illuminate all who are in the house. There is no one who, after having lit a lamp, cover it with a vase or put it under a bed. He puts it on a lampstand so that those who enter can see its light. Because there is nothing secret that may not be discovered, nor anything hidden that may not be known and made public. His disciples approached him and asked, "Why do you speak to them in parables?" And he answered them, "Because to you it has been given to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but to them it has not been given. I speak to them in parables, because seeing they do not see, and hearing they neither hear nor understand." In them the prophecy of Isaiah is fulfilled when he said, "You will hear with your ears, but you will not understand. You will look with your eyes, but we will not see." Because the hearts of the people had been deadened, their ears have become deaf, and they have shut their eyes close, lest their eyes see, their ears hear, their hearts understand, and being converted, I may heal them. One must be surprised to hear that Jesus said that a lamp should not be put under a bushel, when himself continually hides the meaning of his words under veils of allegory that could not be understood by everyone. He explains himself to his apostles. "I speak to them in parables, because they are in no condition to understand certain things. They see, they hear, but they do not understand. Thus, it would be pointless to tell them everything for now. But I do tell you because it has been given to you to understand these mysteries." Jesus acted toward the people as one does toward children, whose ideas are not yet developed. In this way, he points out the true meaning of the maxim: one must not put a lamp under a bushel, but upon a stand, so that all who enter may see. This does not mean, however, that one should inappropriately reveal everything. Every teaching must be proportional to the intelligence of those whom it is directed, since there are persons who are radiant light would blind without enlightenment. The same thing happens with people in general and individuals in particular. Generations go through childhood, adolescence, and adulthood. Each thing must come its own time, for the seed planted out of season will not grow. However, what prudence others to be momentarily hidden must be discovered sooner or later, because after reaching a certain degree of development, people search for the living light by themselves. Darkness waits on them. Since God has given the intelligence in order to understand and to guide them in the things of heaven and earth, they want their faith to be rational, and it is at this point that the lamp should not be put under a bushel. For without the light of reason, faith grows weak. Therefore, if it is prudent wisdom, providence does not reveal truth except gradually, it always reveals them to the degree that humankind matures enough to receive them. Providence holds them in reserve and not under a bushel. However, for the most part, the individuals who do possess them hide them from the common folk with the intention of controlling them. These are the ones who truly put the light under a bushel. That is why all religions have had their mysteries, whose questioning they have prescribed. However, whereas the religion have lagged behind, science and intelligence have advanced and torn away the veil of mystery. Having entered adulthood, the common folk wanted to grasp the basis of things and therefore rejected from their faith what was contrary to observation. There can be no absolute mysteries, and Jesus is correct when he states that there is nothing secret that must not become known. Everything that is hidden will be revealed one day, and whatever people cannot yet comprehend on the earth will be subsequently revealed to them on more advanced worlds, and when they have become purified. Down on this world, they are still in the fog. One might ask what advantage the common folk could have derived from this multitude of parables, whose meaning remained hidden to them. It should be noted that Jesus did not express himself in parables, except regarding the somewhat abstract parts of his doctrine. But having made charity and humility towards one's neighbors the express condition for salvation, everything he said in this regard is perfect, clear, explicit, and unambiguous. And it had to be this way because it was the rule of conduct, a rule that everyone had to understand in order to observe. It was what was essential for the ignorant multitudes, to whom he limited himself to stating, "This is what you must do in order to gain the kingdom of heaven." Regarding the other parts, he revealed his thought only to his disciples, since they were more advanced morally and intellectually. Jesus could initiate them into more abstract truths. Thus he said, "To those who already have, even more will be given." Nonetheless, even with the apostles, he remained reticent regarding many points. The complete knowledge of which was reserved for later times. These points were what gave way to such diverse interpretations until science, on one hand, and Spiritism in the other, came to reveal the new laws of nature, thereby rendering their true meaning comprehensible. Spiritism has come to shed light on a multitude of obscure points. However, it does not shed it indiscriminately. The spirits proceed in their teachings with admirable prudence. Only successfully and gradually they they broached the various subjects of the doctrine. And it is thus that the others will be revealed to the degree that the time comes for bringing them out of darkness. If they had presented the doctrine completely at the start, it would have been accessible only to a small number. Moreover, it would have frightened those who were not yet prepared, which would have harmed its spread. Thus, if the spirits have not yet said everything ostensibly, it's not because there are mysteries in the doctrine reserved only for the privileged, or because they have placed the lamp under a bushel, but because each thing must arrive at the appropriate time. The spirits allow each idea to mature and spread before they present another, and for events to prepare its acceptance. So, what can we say about this part? When Jesus came, the laws that were in course at that time was the Moses laws, which prescribed a more vengeful God, a powerful God, because those people were a little better than savages. Those people were not mature morally and in the spiritual way. So Jesus came and said, no, it's not more an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. Now the law is love, charity, pay the evil you receive with good, and so on. But he couldn't say a lot more at the time because people wasn't prepared. So he told the disciples more because they were more prepared, and the common folks, they told what they have to know. And he promised that he would send a promised comforter who would teach us all the things that he couldn't at the time, and remember what he had said and have been misinterpreted. So, what is this promised comforter? It's the Spiritism. And when Kardec uh, took this mission and received all the letters, wrote the book of spirits, the book of mediums, Genesis, and the other one that I heaven and hell, I believe. He couldn't either said everything, but he was told that he would return briefly after his death to fulfill what he must do. And so Kardec disincarnated, and was reincarnated as Chico Xavier, who wrote more than 400 books. The Spiritist says to us that in a time from now, people will learn Portuguese to study all these books. So that's why Brazil is the will be the heart of the world, um, to spread all the teachings of the Spiritism. Will be exporting, um, not not merely salvation, but hope in a better future. Because Spiritism teaches us why we suffer. And this is a very common question. Why do I have to suffer? Spiritist says, you suffer because the things you did in this life or the previous lives that you had. So, and give us a lot of examples in the books of André Luiz, Nosso Lar, the Messengers, and the other 11, 12, 13 books about the spiritual life in the spiritual realm. So we cannot say anymore that we don't know, but we have to spread this message. That's why we are doing this gospel at home in English, so it can reach more people, because everyone is seeking for the truth. Why them suffer? Why is there earthquakes, hurricanes, and disasters, and wars, and so on? People want to understand. I think that's the lesson of this chapter. Emerson, would you like to contribute in any way?
No, thank you very much, Fred.
Okay. Um, that said, I want to ask everyone, let's make a prayer to all those who suffer, asking Jesus to embrace them all, the disincarnated, the ones that are not living in our earth, and for us and everyone that is in suffering, that this light the Christ promised to all of us can reach them. Because when you know why you are suffering, you get comforted. You get comforted. You extract meaning to your life, and you know that this life is a brief moment in the eternity. Thank you all, and I'm gonna ask Rosangela to make our final prayer.
We thank the good spirits who have come to communicate with us and ask them to help us put into practice the instruction they have given us. We also hope they will ensure that each one for us at the end of this session is fortified in the practice of good and love for our neighbor. We also wish these lessons may be useful for the suffering, ignorance, or vicious spirits who will able to attend this meeting and forum. We implore the mercy of God.
Thank you all. Have a blessed evening.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Amen.